Yo, what's up? It's Billy from Biohazard. You're watching Loud TV. Femme to gueule.
Let's go! Here we go, yo!
I have my opinion about the record. I think that the record is, it's the best of Biohazard. It's everything that I love about the band and more. You know, the aggressive is more aggressive. The groove is more groovy. The rhythms are tighter. The melody is more melodic. The catchiness and the sing along and the memorable lyrics and catchphrases are more there. And it's cool. I'm pretty proud.
I feel, there are different moods, in guitars and.
Yeah, you know why?
No.
In the past, we worked with this guy, Toby Wright, producer,
Yeah.
who's phenomenal to everybody, Metallica to Korn, Ozzy Osbourne, and Alice in Chains. But we didn't look at the record as a record, as a CD. We approached each song for each song. So when I was laying guitars for Decay, for example, or Your Disease, the sound of my guitar and the sound of Bobby's guitar and the bass and the vocals approach that we took, we focused on the song. It wasn't on the CD. We didn't try to have, it wasn't one guitar song or one set of sounds for the album, for the CD. It was tailored for each song. And the end result to me is an album that doesn't all sound the same. The songs are all different. They all stand separately from each other. And I think taking that approach brought different elements to the song. So I think probably when you're saying effects, that's probably what you're hearing. We didn't put any effects. It's a straight up in your face, really solid record. Having some different guitar parts. I didn't look at. I didn't approach the writing, and none of us approached the writing as just having simple bar chords. We've done that before. It's heavy, it's aggressive, but tasteful.
And on the vocals also, you sing more than in the past.
Yeah.
And a lot of melodies also, which is not new, but it's deeper now on this album.
Yeah, it's more extreme because we've done that in the past. But Evan always sang more melodic, and I always sang the more aggressive stuff. Now, I sing more melodic and aggressive too. That's always been what I love to do, But I think I always held back my voice, and I never tried to reach out and try to do something different, melodic-wise, because I never liked my voice when I sang melody. But this time around, Toby helped me bring out, and he kind of helped me realize that he helped me find a way that I was comfortable singing melody without losing the intensity of my voice.
Yeah.
And that was something that was definitely new for Biohazard for me. And I think that trying to capture melody with emotion is really hard. And I think like James Hetfield for me does that well. When he sings the more melodic, slower songs, it still sounds like James Hetfield singing, Whiplash. It still sounds like his voice, but he's singing with more melody. And he sells it for me. You don't lose that energy, and that was something that I didn't like about my voice in the past. But in this record, I worked hard at trying to retain the energy and the aggression of my voice, but yet stay, have more melody in my voice.
And of course, on this album, I don't know if it's because Bobby is back, but a lot of classical,
of course,
guitar solos.
That's the original band that made this record, and I think the big reason why this record came out the way it did is because it's the four members of Biohazard together again. And before we did the record, we did the tour. You saw us.
Yeah.
We were here last year with Hellfest, and we played Élysée. a big part of Biohazard was a live show, and has always been and always will be Biohazard live.
Yeah.
We were never able to capture that energy, to me, in my opinion, on CD before. But this record has it. And that's why we can't wait to play these songs live. But we were working on this record while we were touring, so that live energy was always there. And I remember we were on tour, we came back, went right in the studio and started working, writing the record. Then we toured, we'd stop and then go on tour and play some of the songs. Then we'd come back and write some more. Then we would go back on tour, and then when we came ready, when the songs were pretty much written, we went in the studio and recorded right after we played on tour. I think we were in South America, Brazil, and then after we laid the basic tracks, I went on tour, Blood for Blood, came back, and my voice was strong from singing with Blood for Blood every day. So I came back and fucking kicked ass on all the heavier vocals, and then my voice felt strong, so I continued to sing and work on that. So has a lot of a big live feel, and Toby helped capture that live energy too by playing live. We played all the songs.
By the way, you were talking about live shows, and I can remember a video interview for the very first album.
Yeah.
And you told that playing live was
Better
than sex. Is it still the case for you?
I married a Brazilian woman, and
So-
it's not true anymore.
Okay.
No, playing live is almost as good as sex,
Okay.
and maybe I've gotten better at sex. You know, maybe the playing live forced me to be better in the bed.
It's a different
Yeah.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, did you record?
There's only been a few French women who have experienced that,
Okay.
and I hope I didn't let them
Hey,
down.
French woman. Hey, he's here. By the way, did you record the album in your
Yes.
underground sound studio?
It's called Firewater Studios now.
Okay, it's a new one.
It's underground sound studios, and we had 2 floods and 1 fire in 2010.
Okay.
So I changed the name to Firewater Studios,
It's in California,
Los Angeles. Yeah.
Los Angeles,
Yeah.
because you're no more in Brooklyn, New York. Do you feel it sounds like it means sense, you know, New York, Brooklyn, because it was, of course, the motto of the band and the motto of many bands like Life of Agony or Typo Negative. It was, you know, like a trademark, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, there's an old saying, you can take, the boy out of Brooklyn, but you can't take Brooklyn out of the boy. Like, we're still New Yorkers, those guys are born in there. I was born in Boston, but it doesn't matter, For us, the record, it sounds like Biohazard, and if I recorded that record, made that record here in Paris, it would still be fucking Biohazard. Our souls, our heart and souls, our passion, our angst, our energy makes that music, makes those, that CD, not our environment. The environment that molded us into who we are is New York. So that inspiration and that upbringing is already done. It's in my genes, and it's passed on to my kids. It's not a secret, Evan decided to leave the band, but the record was done in January, and we were continuing to mix the record, but he unfortunately decided to not continue with the band, and it would be great if he was here, and I know he's proud of the record. He was part of the record. We made the record together, all 4 of us, the original members, and but c'est la vie. Shit
C'est la
happens,
vie. All right.
He chose not to continue with Biohazard, and we chose to continue with Biohazard.
Okay. And Scott Roberts, Scott Roberts,
Yep.
is the new bass player, singer.
Scott filled in for the last 2 shows
Okay.
in England. When I go back home
Yeah.
next week, then we'll sort out what we're
Okay.
going to do.
But there are videos on the net, and we can see, we can watch his performance.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead, check it out.
All my sins, I repay. Punishment. Thank you very much.